Hey, ICC friends, welcome to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. I am your girl, Xaviera.
And I'm your co-host, Karla.
And thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If this is your first time tuning in, what we usually do is we come together for an hour once a week and we talk about the top stories in entertainment and celebrity news. So the first thing I would like for you all to do, if you are listening, if you are tuning in, is to share this chat and let everyone know that we are here, we are in the building, and we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So before we get started, Karla,
Yes.
I need to check on you, baby, because I know you up there in that nor'easter.
Girl, the hawk. And you know what's so crazy, right? Because you grew up in Jersey, right? It was different like years ago when we were kids. I feel like when it snowed, I feel like it didn't get like real brick, like cold. You know? Girl, what we got going on right here, I feel like it's been snowing. It's almost going on 24 hours, depending on where you live at up here. We've been getting snow straight. Well, mixed with like sleet and like some rain too.
But see, here's the difference though. See, it's not that it didn't get that cold. See, we was kids and cold hit kids different.
True.
Did it hit you when you a grown ass woman with kids?
Girl, yeah, you got a good point. We be out there playing, because I'm like, I don't remember it being this damn cold. Like, but you have a very good point. When we kids, we don't know no better, and we got all that energy and youth on our side.
The youth on your side. Because child, the way this cold set up, listen, I can't even sit I'll be sitting in the house with a full coat on.
Always.
My cousin be like,
yes,
why
you do.
Why you
Yes, like, she does. And be just sitting there, and you almost have to like stop and then look over, and it'd be like an hour, 2-3 hours later, like, Zabi, why you got your coat on?
Because I be cold.
I know. She truly be cold. You do.
I could be hot as hell. Listen, I can skip through hell. But if you put me out in some cold, ain't no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
That is so funny.
Oh, I can't stand being cold.
But thanks for, we are, I mean, it's going to be a lot of work tomorrow morning digging out, but no power outages, knock on wood, y'all.
Okay.
We don't want any technical difficulties. Yeah. So we're pretty good.
Okay.
Everybody, I can't complain.
Well, I got something to tell you.
Uh-oh. That don't sound good.
Well, first of all, happy first day of Black History Month.
Yes.
Okay, because we are recording on February 1st. So happy first day of Black History Month. But as part of Black History Month, as part of the second chapter of 2021, I have decided to go dry.
Wait.
Some of y'all gonna know what that means. Some of y'all not.
Really?
I have decided to go dry. No more Captain Morgans for me.
You playing. Really?
No more wine.
So that's something you're doing for the month? Is that something I'm proud of you. Is that I'm not saying that too, like if you have a problem.
Listen, I don't know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know. I'm all for like those what would you call it? Like what would you call it?
I don't know, but I'm gonna let you know about 8:00 tonight.
Like a fast. I can't call it like a fast, but you know what I'm saying.
Just cleaning out, I guess.
Exactly.
I'm drying out.
Yeah,
I'm drying out. I am drying out. Listen, I'm gonna dry out. I'm gonna see how far it goes. I'm gonna see how good it goes.
I admire that, because real quick, I had a friend that just told me, I don't know if she used the word fast, but that she's going on like a 30-day, no secular music or television. And she said she's been doing it for like 2 weeks and she feels so different. Now I know, I'm just saying. I mean,
no. I applaud the effort. I'm just wondering, how in the world do you avoid? I can understand avoiding secular music,
but visually, TV and I mean, that's the same thing I said. And it's like, you got to be reading books. It's like,
because even the Kroger commercial is like, "Shot it, get low, 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 low." So I mean, like,
it's bad if. When you virtual homeschooling your child, when the teacher does like a program up on YouTube, when the teacher's like, I hope this commercial is inappropriate, or pardon this commercial if it's inappropriate. If they like pull up like a YouTube or a free, it's wow. The advertising or what. Yeah, I'm just admiring people that are like doing a lot of self-care stuff.
Okay.
I admire you for that. So
okay.
What do you?
Thank you. Round of applause for me. Thank you. I am going dry. I am so proud of myself. So we do have a lot to talk about. And before we get started, the first thing I did not have on my list of things to do today was saying rest in peace to Dustin Diamond.
Yeah.
How, girl, like literally yesterday they said like he had cancer, and then today
I know it's that I'm still kind of in shock, because I mean we all grew up, that was Saved by the Bell, but same thing, like a couple weeks ago I think I read he discovered a lump in his throat or something, like it was so fast,
yeah, very
yeah, so wow, definitely prayers out to his family.
Yeah, he was only 44 years old, and you know what, it's crazy because I'm starting to get folks mixed up. Because when they said Dustin Diamond had cancer, I was like, man, that is horrible. But then I was like, what did he do? And I was like, JB, what did he do? And he was like, what you mean, what did he do? And I was like, he did something. Because even with Scott Baio, with that situation, Scott Baio, when his wife had cancer, and I'm like, sending up prayers. And they was like, no, we don't send up no prayers for them. We don't mess with them.
Yeah,
and I was
right.
like,
why you
what?
It like that?
Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute, what happened? What Chachi do? Like, y'all, what Chachi do?
Yeah.
And they was like, man, he ignorant, he racist, he this, he that. And I'm like, oh. So it's crazy because when the story first came out about Dustin Diamond, I was like, well, can I
we
ask
ain't
for
banging
prayers?
with him? Are we? Yeah, you're confused.
Like,
and that's tough because we never know who we riding with. And
I don't know who we were.
Right?
I don't know if I'm in the car. I don't know if I need to get out the car. I don't know what we doing. I do not want to end up like YF and Lucci. I don't want to be in the wrong car. I don't want to be in the wrong car and then turn my whole life upside down. So, with that being said, I extend my condolences to the Diamond family, to everyone who knew and loved Dustin. 44 years old, that's wild because I'm 45.
Yeah, and then when you're looking at lung cancer, like that, I put that, and then the ultimate with the prognosis or whatever it was, and it's like, wow, like, because most of the time when we hear lung cancer, I know in my experience, there's usually like 60 and older.
Yeah.
Especially at death, dying from it. So it's a shock. It really is. And I can only imagine how much of a shock it is to his loved ones. So
absolutely, because I lost my grandmother to lung cancer, and it was ugly.
I had an aunt too. Yep, it is. It's very, very, it's progressive. It's not a slow moving cancer at all. It's not.
No, but what's crazy? They said he went to the doctor because he just wasn't feeling like himself, and then he found out he had cancer. So I literally sat today and thought to myself, I said, you know what? If I had a terminal illness, would I want to know in the beginning, or would I want to know like 3 days before?
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I think we all kind of battle that one. I know myself. I don't know, because I think I'm on the end of like maybe the 3 days. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't want to live
because the mental and emotional.
Right.
I don't know. I don't even like talking about it.
Okay, so moving right along. Our condolences to the family and friends of Dustin Diamond, and let's just go ahead and move right along. So, with that being said, the big story of the weekend was one Miss Wendy Williams. Oh yeah, her biopic aired. Her biopic.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna get me. Her biopic.
I heard you smooth.
Thank you. Her biopic aired this weekend on Lifetime. Well, this past weekend on Lifetime. And baby, when I tell you, I have been following Wendy Williams' career for a very long time, but I apparently didn't know Wendy as well as I thought I knew Wendy. I haven't read her book or anything. I haven't read, anything like that, but there's a lot of things I remember from just listening to her on the radio, like every day, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You'd be like, oh, she about to come on, spilling tea, doing blind items and all that other good stuff, having these interviews. Okay, real quick, before we get into the biopic, because I'm going to say biopic for me and biopic for you. Before we get into that, what do you think her most iconic interview was? Do you think it was Whitney or Judge Mathis?
Judge Mathis, hands down. It depends on how you're asking. Okay, I might have certain bias preference, and that's what I was going to say to you. It depends on where you lean on that scale of a Wendy Williams fan with that.
Because,
what do you think? What is it? What do you think?
I just, as epic as Whitney Houston was when she went. Because she was clocking Wendy. She was clocking her, and she was, letting her have it. And so, but that god darn Judge Mathis. See, all right, so Sarah says it's Whitney Houston for her. It's
really?
Whitney Houston for Sarah. Yes, but
I can see that it's close.
It's real close. See, I'm gonna tell you the only edge that I feel like Judge Mathis had on Wendy Williams versus the Whitney Houston interview. Judge Mathis was right there with her.
Yeah.
He said, you still got that coke on your nose. I said, oh, Lord. He told her she still got the coke on her nose.
And told her, then you can tell her go to the bathroom and take care of it. Or you keep going back and forth. I don't know. That was the most epic. And that's why I feel like it depends on where you stand. Like, all right, what I want to say is, I'm not going to say I'm not a Wendy Williams fan. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I like the way I used to look at Wendy. I don't look at her the same now. Right. So I think it depends on your opinion about Wendy, what interview you'll pick. Because if you look at Mathis, not only her, he got her and her staff. I can't even remember who was there with him. He was like, yeah, you too with your pants all down, you little. Wow, I don't even want to go.
That wasn't Charlemagne though, was it?
Nah, that wasn't Charlemagne's time. Charlemagne was back, right? Power 91. Wasn't that when they were back in Philly? I know Charlemagne was there when she was with Power 99.
Okay.
I do remember that because I remember an interview where she, real quick, I'll never forget it. Whatever Bobby and Whitney were going through, Whitney was in a rehab and Bobby was at some like hotel in another country, something. And I remember listening to it in the car and she called that hotel for Bobby. He was there with another woman, got Bobby on the phone. She said she was like his sister or something. I don't know. Sarah might remember that one. But that was an epic. I know that was one that I'll never forget.
Wow.
And she was blasting him about how he was wrong for being with another woman while Whitney was in rehab. So it's,
Okay, but here's the thing. Okay. So Siobhan checked in to say that Charlemagne was on the Wendy Williams Experience. Okay. And so Sarah chimes in to also give us some clarity and says Charlemagne was New York and it aired on Power 99, but they were still in New York when it was airing. Okay. All right. So now we got some clarity between the two friends. All right, cool. But it's one of the things that I realized in watching the biopic was that no matter whether you love or hate Wendy Williams, she's self-made.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking with one of my really good friends earlier today. We were talking about, and she was pointing out to me that Wendy Williams, her work ethic is unmatched. Okay. And that is what really set her apart. Like, this woman was not going to fail. Right. She wasn't going to wasn't going to allow herself to fail. Mm-hmm. And that she also learned a lot from her work ethic. And in hindsight, after watching the biopic, and I sat and thought about it, and I was like, Wendy Williams was out here before we even got TMZ.
It was Wendy Williams. Very true.
Wendy Williams flipped the game on people doing rumor reports on their radio shows or doing the celebrity news break or they wasn't doing all that.
That's true. That is very true.
They were not doing that.
Yeah, because that interview I'm telling you about, that was some straight TMZ stuff. Because I'm like, yo. I remember him hanging up on her and everything. But she got what she wanted. She heard he was there. She got what she wanted. She proved and Wendy be having receipts. I think that's the part where you get these people that can't stand her because she has receipts.
She keep a receipt.
Yeah. So, but.
So this biopic. All right. So I know that you didn't tune in because you were busy, but let me just talk about this thing for a second. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I thought I knew Wendy Williams. Apparently, I didn't know. I knew that there was drug use. I knew that there was fertility issues. Mm-hmm. I knew that, the story about Kevin and, I knew surface level stories about Kevin. I know about the girl now and the baby now and all the divorce. But to me, watching a biopic, it felt like, hey, Wendy, let's do this biopic. Yeah, I need to do a biopic. I need to tell my story because Wendy strikes me as the person that Funky Dineva always says it. Never let a bee spray you with your own tea. Mm-hmm. So Wendy strikes me as the type of person that's like, you know what? You will never use my own dirt against me. I'm going to put it out in the street.
Right.
So all this stuff then finally blew up in the air all over the place with Kevin, this baby, the girl, Nikki, whatever her real name is, Shireen, Serena, whatever her name is, but they call her Nikki. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like this biopic was like the perfect time to kind of set the record straight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But in watching, it felt like, okay, let's tell them how I got started. Okay, I went here. Okay, I worked here. Okay, let's get to Kevin. And then when they got to Kevin, because that thing was moving so fast, it was like, okay, Then when it got to Kevin, it was like, boom, we gonna slow this thing down.
I was gonna ask you, does it feel like it was crammed in, like, or you got enough of that, like, you get what I'm saying, or you felt like, do you feel like it was rushed? Is what I'll say. The other part of the biopic of before Kevin, I'll say, or
it was rushed. It was rushed. Like one person, literally, if you have not seen I think it's 42 or 43. Totally accurate tweets about the Wendy Williams biopic, you need to go see that at icecreamconvos.com, because one person was like, whoo, I'm glad we got a commercial break, because I needed a commercial break, because I'm telling you, she was throwing a lot at us very fast. I mean, between the cocaine use and then she had, and one thing I didn't know was that she had several miscarriages. I didn't know that. Okay. I knew that she had some childhood issues, like the way her parents raised her and the way they treated her when she was younger, but I didn't know how deep or how far it went, like that she was fat and it, you know how parents can tear you down. Can't nobody tear you down like your mama and your daddy.
Straight up.
Woo! Can't nobody.
Depending on how your grandmom set up, though. You know.
Oh, your grandma. Ooh. I remember one time my grandma told one of my family members said, they came in, they said, because you know I lived with my great grandmom, she raised me. They came and said, hey grandma, she's like, is you wash your face? She said, because your face look dingy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Dingy, yo. Dingy.
Yeah, how your face gonna look dingy though?
Dingy.
Your face.
Now,
wow.
Full disclosure, she has told me a few times that I look dingy, so I'm not going to try to act like I ain't catch that dingy shade. But on that particular day,
grandma's shade be crazy sometimes, right?
Yeah, grandma shades be that shade be wow, because that's that old school. I don't give a came from the ancestors type of shade. Exactly. It's horrible.
And what you gonna do about it?
And what you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing but sit there and feel crunchy.
Exactly.
With your dingy ass. You ain't gonna do nothing.
Oh gosh.
Carry your tail in there and wash them dishes. So anyway, all right, so back to the biopic, because I feel like I'm all over the place. But anyway, it went really, really fast. You know, Wendy addressed her drug use, and then there was Eric B. Now, some of y'all may be too young to know about Eric B, but Eric B was the DJ to Rakim. Rakim is the 18th letter. He is the hip hop royalty. He is the god MC. Yes. Okay. So it's Eric B and Rakim. You know, thinking of a master plan, ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand. Okay. Well, apparently, Wendy Williams and Eric B had this relationship, girl. And this relationship consisted of him saying, hey, can I use your car today?
Yo, stop playing.
Now, mind you, this woman was never late for work. She was on top of her Dean at all times. Homeboy said, can I use your car? And she said, why you can't? I just need to use your car real quick. That brother came back with that car when he got good and got darn ready. Now, secondly, she rented him a car that he didn't bring back for like 2 weeks. Now, you know,
like I hate to say, I don't want to say, but you know, only time I know people that do that is some dope fiends. Listen, what I'm just saying.
Sarah said how she ended up with Eric B instead of Rakim is the question. Word. But no, I can answer that for you. Rakim wasn't beat. Eric B look like he down for whatever. Rakim ain't beat. Okay. So then we learned that she actually got pregnant by Eric B and had an abortion. Wow. So that was some interesting tea. Yeah. But he got on social media today, posted an old school picture of him standing in front of one of his old school luxury cars. And he was like, yeah, I need a rental. Then he was like, you know, it was laughable. It was good. It made for good TV, but let's just stick to the truth. And I was so tempted to be like, Eric B, did you take that woman car and didn't come back?
Right.
Because it's easy.
Did you take the car or not?
Did you take the car or not? Do you have, listen, did Rent a Center, did Rent a Wreck, you remember Rent a Wreck? Did Rent a Wreck, did Rent a Wreck have to send out the search party for you?
You went in the bag. Wow.
Don't act like y'all remember Rent a Wreck.
Gosh, you went in the bag for that.
If y'all remember Rent a Wreck, y'all can't play with me. Yeah. Y'all too young to play with me. So then, okay, so she had a relationship with with Eric B. Oh, I almost said Rakim. I know, right? She got pregnant by him, had an abortion. Then, you know, there was drug use, so on and so forth. Then she made it to Fast forward, going through her whole career, blowing up, getting on like Power 99 and WBLS and all this other good stuff. So then she gets to Kevin. I was surprised. I'm not going to say pleasantly surprised, but I was very surprised at how amazing Kevin was depicted in the beginning stages of their relationship.
Really?
Yeah, like he seemed like he was like the model dude, and of course she did mention she loved thugs, so she was attracted to the thug side. But there was this one scene that was so damn dramatic, and the scene was Wendy had been on the radio talking about Total. Now, if you follow Wendy, you might remember when she was dragging Total.
Yeah,
she always dragged it and all that. Okay. Well, then they had this scene where Wendy was trying to leave the building. And Total was outside in full leather outfits, looking like they just jumped out of the. Can't you see?
Stop.
What you do to me? You know.
Yes.
Wow. I just thought about it.
The casting though was pretty good. Like,
the casting was amazing. The casting was amazing. But so she comes out and Total is out there like wilding, like, what you saying about us? Blah, blah, blah. Kevin pulls up. Kevin like, get out here, get an effing car, get the car. So he goes over to Wendy and Wendy's like, oh, Kevin. And he like picks her up like with some like Gone with the Wind type mess. And she's like, oh, Kevin. Oh, stop. I was like, child. Wow. But Wendy dramatic.
Yeah, she is. I would imagine that a movie about her would be, you got to have a couple of dramatic scenes. She's very dramatic though.
Okay, yes. So then they kind of go on into the whole him cheating the entire relationship, him linking up with this girl, having this baby, and then it kind of, I really feel like she needed a mini series, like to really take her time and unpack everything, right? Because it felt so rushed. It was good and juicy, but it just felt so rushed that you really couldn't really sit in it and be like, ooh, and really dissect it. But between social media and the tweets, be sure to check out icecreamconvos.com to check out those tweets.
Tweets are crazy.
But it was good. I give it an A. I give it an A for I give it an A for casting. I give it an A for drama. I give it an A for tea. I give it an A for just effort. It was good. But she had her hand in it. She's dramatic. She ain't gonna let it fall slip through the cracks.
That's right. True.
Like Salt and Pepper, child. I couldn't even tell who was Salt and who was Pepper. So, child, I was just
terrible. You lose me once the casting is bad. That's where I get lost at. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, that is where you start.
That is where you start. But before the biopic aired, Wendy Williams did an interview with DJ Sus One.
Yes.
And she was, listen, if anybody knows how to build buzz around themselves, it is one Wendy Williams. Oh, yeah. So before the biopic even aired, she did an interview with DJ Sus One and just blurted, because it really wasn't even asked. She just blurted about how she had a one-night stand with Method Man. So the consensus of my ICC friends was, I know you fucking lying. All of them was like, say what now? Say what? But see, back in that day, it was
yeah.
It's not far-fetched.
I was going to say, why do people not believe? I don't understand that. I don't get it.
You in those circles, Wendy,
exactly.
She may not be our particular cup of tea, but she knew how to smack it on and be a little.
We all know. Let's be honest, because that's why I feel like some of the stuff that Jaguar was saying. I'm not going to get on her, but Jaguar Wright was saying that's true. We know how men get, and you know what they say sometimes when them lights go out and after a certain time of night.
Hey. I'm just after saying. That weed and coke hit, chased by that Henny.
Okay. Listen. I'm just saying.
Biggie told all of us, when the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling if I effing will I diss him. He told us, when that Remy in the system.
Yes, and that's no shot at Wendy Williams either. But no. We don't know what.
We don't know what transpired. We don't know what was said. But all I know is she said that it involved smoking some blunts and some bubble baths and a one-night stand. So now the streets of social media is on fire because people are like, and girl, thank God for Jesus that I upgraded my server, because the way that traffic was coming through on icecreamconvos.com.
Yes. All right, Nick.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hallelujah. Hallelujah for Google's. Hallelujah. Yes. So today, Method Man's wife. Yes. Mrs. Tamika Smith. Now, Method Man been on the scene for over 25 years, and we ain't heard a peep out of Tamika.
I've never.
Never. And let me tell you something. Method Man was the epitome of keeping Tamika out of sight.
Yep.
Point blank, period. Because
exactly.
the way he attacked me on social media when I shared that picture of him and Tamika.
I forgot all about that. Yes.
Method Man do not play.
I forgot all about that.
Yes. So I said, in order for her to get on social media and release a statement in response to Wendy Williams saying that she had a one night stand with Method Man, I know she got her permission slip signed.
Okay.
Of
course.
I was thinking about, hey Cliff, I was thinking about putting this on Instagram. I know my Instagram is private, but I know I'm gonna have to take it public for people to see it. But I was just wondering if you could sign right there, parent signature.
That's when you slide it. Yeah. Remember I used to try to slide it.
Remember when you had a school trip on Friday, but on Thursday you laid a permission slip on top of your mama while she sleep. Better yet, you come in there Friday morning. Mommy. You think you can sign my permission slip? We got a school trip today.
It cuts all the way out. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, she definitely had. I was so surprised to see that she released a statement. And then when I read it, I was like,
but here's the thing.
I had to run that back about 3 times.
Here's the thing. Tamika been think about how long Tamika been wanting to blast Wendy Williams.
Exactly.
Think about, because listen, Method Man having a one night stand with Wendy Williams may have been tea to us, but it was not tea to Tamika.
No.
And all them other chicks wasn't tea to her either, but that's neither here nor there. But you remember when Wendy Williams got on the radio and told everybody Tamika had cancer?
Yeah, I knew that's what you were going to say, and that's why I felt the way I felt. Like, she's been sitting on that for so long.
And then you remember how Method Man tried to run up in the station?
Oh, yes.
But here's the thing. That was
a mess.
But here's the thing. Method Man played himself. This was karma. This was like terrible, terrible karma for Method Man. And Lord knows I'm a member of the Wu-Tang Clan for the rest of my life. But this was karma because Method Man, you disrespected your wife. Your lady, I don't know if y'all were married or just together at that particular time, but you disrespected her by having a one night stand with Wendy Williams, and then Wendy Williams turned around and doubled down on the disrespect of your wife and told the world that she had cancer
that was
before
horrible.
She even told her family.
Yeah. She couldn't have sued her for that? Was there ever any litigation or anything?
There wasn't any litigation, but I feel like in the year of our Lord 2021, she could have sued her for it.
Yeah, that's what. Because this was a while. Yeah.
Because you think back then everything was handled in the street back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was more like street code and things of that nature. But you know, Diddy tried to run up in there too. He tried to run up in that studio. I believe Q-Tip tried to run up in that studio.
I don't know, but that. Yeah, when I saw that she released a statement, though, I was very surprised.
Here's what I want to tell you that I found to be very, very strange from my point of view, from my POV. Okay, so earlier in the week when Wendy Williams actually told everybody she had a one night stand with Method Man, I told you the consensus was, girl, I know you fucking lying. And then people was like, why you kissing and telling? Yo, you a whole weirdo. And why we need to know this 20, 30 years later and blah, 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 blah. And people were going in on Wendy. Fast forward, Saturday night. Biopic airs. Everybody watches. We watch it. We watch Wendy's life story, right? I mean, it kind of went by like a blur, like, but we watched her life story, right?
Right.
So now everybody has a different type of empathy for Wendy.
Gotcha.
Now everybody feels like, oh, so that's why she acts the way she acts. Okay, now I'm connecting all the dots. Now all of this makes sense. Then in her after special, Wendy Williams, I think it was called A Hot Ass Mess or something it was called afterwards. It started, as soon as it came in, she talked about, she came in the special crying, laid up in a robe with compression things on her legs for her circulation. When I say a mess, it was literally a mess. So now, girl, listen, you know the little things you slip your legs into?
Okay.
Yes. So now, everybody's empathetic to Wendy because now we know her life story or whatever she chose to tell us, her version of whatever she wanted us to know. And now there's this compassion that when Method Man's wife speaks out on Monday, the woman who sat in silence for damn near 20-something years.
That's a long time.
The woman you outed her cancer. Do y'all realize we lost Screech today because of cancer?
Yeah.
The woman who was battling cancer, a private, personal HIPAA, hello HIPAA.
That's why I'm asking, like.
A private challenge for her family, her kids. And she got on the radio and told everybody this woman had cancer. So now this woman had, okay, I'm in my well, right? I got my permission slip signed by Clifford. I'm getting ready to get on social media and I'm going to say what I'm going to say because she called Wendy the most miserable bitch on the planet.
Yes. Did she say it more than once? She said it twice. I feel like
So, do you know people was in the comments like, nah, bitch, you the one that's miserable. Check your man, not Wendy.
What?
I was like,
wow. And if it was them, they'd be, this is the thing, right? We know, because I hate when people are like, oh, she's just doing her job. There's a certain line, right? Like that is a clear violation. Her family didn't know. It wasn't like it was something that was public information or was just out there.
Yeah.
And I feel like Wendy has crossed the line a couple times. That's the worst, I think, maybe. I don't follow all of her interviews. But
honestly, I feel like that is probably, it's high on her tier of violations.
Yeah.
Very high.
So I don't understand how people are coming in at this woman who sat on it, like you said, for over 20 years.
They was like, why are you saying something now? Well, she just mentioned it a couple days ago. Can this woman just say whatever? But it's so funny because a lot of people are so judgmental, knowing good and god darn well if it was the other way around.
Exactly.
We would have had to listen to you bitch cry and moan about it for the whole 20 years. This woman sat in graceful silence.
Yes.
Okay.
Graceful it takes a lot of strength. Like seriously. Self-control, all kinds of, like, I admire her for that. I do. That's why I wasn't even mad when she released a statement.
And do you know somebody came on the ICC page, Facebook page, and was like, well, she blocked me because I asked her, what's the issue now?
What? What is wrong? Yeah, some of y'all.
I was like, yeah, you should have got blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have got blocked.
I feel like blocking your ass.
I thought about it.
Yeah,
I'm like, so you went to this woman's page to ask her what her issue is about her husband and some woman who just aired out to the world that she had a one-night stand with her husband. Not even that. And so other people were like, well, it's her truth. The same people that was saying, why you kissing and telling on Thursday, hollering, it's Wendy's truth on Monday.
How soon they switch up.
It's part of her story. Why she can't tell her truth. Too bad it involved your husband.
Wow.
So imagine, no, imagine all the people who carry that energy. They got a man, they chilling, they happily together, happily married, happily whatever they are. And every last chick that he smashed gets on social media and starts talking about when they smash.
Exactly.
Because it's their truth. That's her truth. She could tell it, right? Like Wendy. Listen,
a lot of people talk that talk, but they know if it was them.
You can't walk.
And that's what you got to do. Put yourself in that. I hate when people speak out. And it's like, come on, what would you do? For real?
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, they still human. Celebrities are not. They people.
They still human beings.
Crazy.
Anyway, so that was a little weird. But overall, again, A+ for the Wendy Williams biopic. Okay. Are we watching the Whitney Houston documentary? Whitney Houston and Bobby Christina, didn't we almost have it all? Are we watching on Saturday, Karla?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Are you right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching.
I don't know.
Because I gotta roll out another set of tweets. It's so funny because now I don't even care about what I be watching.
I need motivation for something like that. I need to be more like, I don't know. It's like,
I gotta roll out them tweets. Well,
of course.
Part of me feels like, let Whitney Houston and
that's
Bobby
how I feel.
Christina
rest
in peace. That like, what else can you tell us about them?
Exactly. That's how I feel. That's where I'm coming from.
It's different. It's different if Whitney was like, "Oh, I want to make a biopic about my life." Here, boom.
Right.
They gone.
Exactly. Yep.
And you got to be mindful of how you speak on the dead.
You do, very mindful. But I only know, is that still a rule? Is I'm watching all kinds of out of pocket shit. Yeah.
Speaking of out of pocket,
Yeah.
I glazed over the fact that Wendy Williams talked about being date raped.
Oh, wow.
And she had the scene in the film. She breezed by it really, really fast, but it was there.
Okay.
She was in the film. She was date raped by this recording artist that she was mesmerized by, and his name in the film was Ricky Tony.
Okay.
Well, Ricky Tony, Pretty Ricky, what they called him. And so naturally, everybody's like, But prior to the biopic, she was doing press, and she said that Ricky Tony is actually an R&B singer from the back from the 1980s. I think from the 1980s, I think he was out. Okay. And his name is Sherik. Okay. Now I'm like, I don't remember that name. Like he must have been before my time, because I was a little young back in the 80s.
Right.
But how about he is the original recorder of "Baby I'm For Real" that After Seven redid.
Wow.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So that's my link to him, right? Okay. So he's the original recorder of Baby I'm For Real. So she told it. His family saying he ain't do it. And I'm like, but what family member you gonna know be like, you know what? Whatever they say he did that shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Yeah, true that. Nobody, especially, nah.
So the masses were trying to find out who Ricky Tony was, and you know who told them? 'Twas I. I mean, Wendy told him first, right? So it's not like I'm spilling some tea or speaking ill of the dead.
Right.
But I just think it's kind of wild that, and maybe that's why she felt comfortable saying it, because now he's no longer a threat. He's gone. Because remember, the same thing happened with Whitney Houston. They didn't talk about what family member allegedly, sexually molested her until the auntie died.
Yep, that's true. And it makes sense. They're not here.
They're not here. So you don't have to worry about going back and forth, he say, she say. Yeah. Now it's just basically dealing with whatever the family says.
Right.
But so who is Ricky Tony is the #1 trending story on Ice Cream Convos right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So I will be watching Whitney and them on Saturday, just so I can answer any. I can answer any questions y'all got for me. If y'all got a question, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So Karla, you won't be watching. I'll be tuning in. I had the tweets together for you by Saturday night. Okay. And you can come in and read tweets, and you'll be ready.
I may, but I just know how my Saturday. You said Saturday.
Yeah, your Saturday's nuts.
Yeah. But I don't know. Make sure you shoot me that text as a reminder. That's like, shoot me that reminder.
Yeah, I'll shoot you the reminder. Okay, so this is a good place for us to take a break, because when we come back, we got a mouthful that we got to dig into.
Yeah.
I went into my prayer closet before this one, Karla. So when we come back, we are going to dig into the T.I. and Tiny Harris scandal. All right. All right, so let me get a drink of water. So listen, what I did for today's podcast, usually when I set up the podcast to be on YouTube, then on Ice Cream Convos Podcast, Instagram, and then our Ice Cream Convos, not Instagram, Facebook, and then Ice Cream Convos Facebook. But this time I just put it on the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, and I shared it over to the Ice Cream Convos page. Okay. They suppressed it. That's why we have a very low amount of people in here. They suppressed it. Okay. Yeah, they suppressed it. I should have known. Messing with Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg. This Boosie. They're like, that's why Boosie on your ass. All right, you ready, friend?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, ICC friends, we are back. So, Karla, you heard about Cliffy and Mickey?
I heard a little bit, girl. I feel like when I got started, I'm like, oh, I got to take a break and go back.
Okay.
Yes, I heard
that's exactly what I had to do. So, Cliffy and Mickey, for those of you who don't know, Cliffy and Mickey is Karla and I's little nickname for T.I. and Tiny Harris. So basically, here's the gist of it. Tiny had a friend named Sabrina Peterson, and apparently that clearly they are no longer friends. Okay.
Yeah. Hope not.
So
anyway.
I came to the party a little late. So, you know, when I got to the party, I came in and everybody was already fighting and arguing and talking and whispering in the corners. And I walked in, I was like, what's going on? What I missed? What's going on? What's going on? And people didn't want to tell me nothing. So I had to try to walk around and over listen to what people was talking about to find out what's going on. Oh, all of a sudden my nose is itching. What that mean when your nose itch?
I think somebody talking about you. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's your nose, right?
See?
Yeah, I think it's somebody.
And I got nervy sitting here talking about T.I. and Tiny and somebody talking about me. Okay. So anyway, so basically the gist of it is apparently Sabrina has a friend who is running for an office in Atlanta. Okay. She's supposed to be running against Keisha Lance Bottoms. Okay. So then T.I., you know, who is very close with Keisha Lance Bottoms and works a lot with her, got on social media and kind of trashed the candidate. That is Tiny's former friend. You with me?
Okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Okay.
We're on some mudslinging. All right.
Okay. We on some mudslinging. So Tiny's former friend, who is apparently feeling some way about the Harris's period, was like, oh. So then after T.I. did some mudslinging on Keisha's potential candidate, Sabrina got on social media and was like, well, Keisha, I hope you know that your little friend buddy, whatever, that you appointing to different roles and stuff in Atlanta, you know, government or student city council or whatever, Alderman Harris, whatever he want to be. She was like, I hope you know that he abuses women. He put a gun to my head.
Wow.
So we like, so at first it's like, oh, she mad. What?
Yeah,
he did
right.
what? Say what? Say, Hyman man put a gun to your head. Because, you know, T.I. Hyman man. Yeah. Hyman man put a gun to your head, girl. So she's like, T.I. put a gun to her head. Well, then she starts talking about how, you know, T.I. put a gun to her head and how he's abusive to women. And it happened because he had an assistant who was abusive to Tiny. And she jumped in to go at it with this assistant to protect Tiny. And then T.I. in turn pulled a gun to her, put a gun to her head in front of her kids. I think she said in front of her kids. Okay.
In front of her own kids, right? In
front of her own kids.
Okay.
Here's the problem. Or no, we can talk about this because you and I are best friends, right? So we can talk about this. And I want Sarah to chime in too if she's still, or anyone who's listening right now, chime in and please let us know. You know, you go through a lot of shiznit with your friends, depending on the level of friendship.
Right.
But I feel like depending on the quality of the friendship, hear me out now because I'm going to start talking like I'm preaching. Depending on the quality of the friendship, your friend not gonna put you butt through so much.
Yeah, true that. That's facts. That is facts.
Because you and I have been best friends for years, almost over 10 years, right?
Yep. It's over. I think like 11. We on like 11, 12 now. I think.
Yeah. Shoot, our anniversary coming up. It's anniversary. Okay, so anyway.
But yeah,
we ain't put each other through nothing. The worst thing I put you through was having to carry me out of Walmart because I was trying to fight 3:00 in the morning.
That was lightweight though. That wasn't nothing. Listen, we'd have been taking each other out of there. Believe me, that wasn't.
Yeah, because I did end up having to pull you out. Y'all. Okay, anyway, that's another story for another day.
Yeah, for real. But nah, I didn't. And I'm sitting here thinking, I ain't never put you. Nah, we don't do that. I would never though.
No, but what I'm saying is the quality of a friendship. Right?
Important. Absolutely.
So it speaks to the quality of the friendship. There are a lot of people who, and I will raise my hand, I have had toxic friends in the past.
Oh yeah, we all have.
And you try to make those friendships work because you love them. You know, and y'all beef, y'all come back together, y'all beef, y'all come back together. But it's certain things that just ain't gonna fly with me.
Exactly. That's right. Period. There's certain things that you just can't come back from.
It's certain things you just can't come back from. And I would guess that having a gun put to my head by your man would be at the top of the list.
Crazy. It is almost, when you hear you, it's almost like unbelievable.
It is. And
when you're talking about friends, it's like, nah, that.
And I think that's why Sabrina got so much pushback when she said it, because number one, She's speaking out against a beloved celebrity.
Right.
Okay.
God forbid.
You
right?
know, we always got jokes. We always got jokes about T.I. over here because you know he the gatekeeper, he the alderman of hip hop, he everything.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, his $5 words, right? So, but people love T.I. People love T.I. and Tiny together as a couple, right?
Yes.
So the thing is, number one, she's speaking out against a beloved rapper. Number two, she continued and remained friends with Tiny after this incident took place. So now it's like, well, how traumatized were you really?
Right.
How upset were you really?
Yeah.
That you stayed in this friendship.
That's the part I have a problem with. We're talking about a gun.
A gun.
Not somebody shoved you. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody wagged their finger at you really hard.
Yeah, or even mushed you.
Okay.
Even the mush. And I mean, depending on the friendship.
Okay.
Right.
Now, let me speak to this. There have been plenty of friendships because this whole T.I. and Tiny and Sabrina thing, for me, it boils down to friendship.
Yeah.
And what your definition of friendship is. And how far are you willing to go to the edge of glory to maintain a friendship?
Yeah.
Okay. So with this whole situation, I have seen, and thank God I haven't been privy to it, but I have seen on several occasions where someone is in an abusive relationship, your homegirl, right? Her man's be putting hands on her.
Right.
You over there, her man's jumps on her. You come in to try to defend her.
Hey.
He wazazaz up your ass.
Yep.
She get back with him. He tell her she can't mess with you no more. Now you don't even have a friend no more, and you sit at home with a pack of peas on your forehead.
Not the peas though, but that's true.
I've seen it so many
times. If I tell people I don't do
times.
domestics, that's what I always tell me. I'll
be like, girl, I'm gonna be right outside calling 911 for y'all, okay? Yes. And when I'm gonna text you when I get back to the house.
Exactly. You already know.
I'm gonna text.
Not playing them games. Yeah, it's just Nah.
Okay, so all right, so we have Sabrina saying T.I. put the gun to her head. Then this thing start unraveling real fast. It unraveled quicker than Wendy Williams' biopic on Saturday night. Okay, so then we go from Sabrina talking about, you know, men who are abusive and so on and so forth, and that T.I. is not who we think he is, so on and so forth. Then comes the anonymous confessions and people telling their stories of their encounters with T.I. and Tiny that included kidnapping, drugging, assault.
You're talking about some major, like
major allegations.
Yes.
Major allegations. Now, I'm going to be very careful in what I say from this point going forward for a number of reasons. Number one being my attorney is tired of me calling him.
Yeah, we don't want no problem.
And when he answered the phone, I'll be like, "What up, King?" He'd be like, "Yes, Miss Bryant." I'll try to hit him with the "What up, King?" Yes, Miss Bryant. Okay, so here we go. The rabbit, this is what needs to be on Lifetime. Okay? Social media feels like there needs to be a surviving T.I. and Tiny.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I can't speak to that, but I will tell you the way this whole thing unfurled on social media, this definitely makes for a good Netflix series, if not for nothing else. Okay? Because it turns out, we're going to get to Shekinah Joe in a second, but it turns out that Sabrina was allegedly having threesomes and playing adult play with T.I. and Tiny as well. So that would explain why you willing to overlook a gun being put to your head.
Yep. Period.
Because you entangled, boo.
Yeah.
You entangled.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Girl,
it's a mess.
It was reports of orgies, Molly and cocaine-filled orgies. There were letters that came in. And here's the thing. So when the anonymous letters started coming in and people started reaching out to Sabrina saying, well, this happened to me. I met T.I. on this particular day and this happened to me. I was here. I was there. This happened, blah, 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 blah. She's getting the stories and she's like, look, y'all, look what's coming into me. And she just flipping them back out.
Wow.
She really didn't have time to vet people. to see who was telling the truth and
Yeah,
who
and
wasn't.
who wasn't.
She was just turning the stories over, like, boom, look at this. This just came in. This just came in. Now, the danger of that is you're going to have people who will really tell their story, and then you're going to have people that say, watch this.
Yep.
So I had met T.I. It was Christmas.
Yep.
It was a winter storm in Atlanta. It never storms in it never snows in Atlanta, but it has snowed that July. It had snowed that July. And me and my kangaroo, we had passed T.I. You know, so then you have...
but that's true though. That's the first thing I started thinking, like, oh, here we go. How do you weed out the real victims and if there are alleged victims versus the
how do you weed them out? So she's turning over these stories now. Karla, my nose is still itching. Somebody talking about me real good.
They're talking about you hard. Yeah, they are. That might be something good.
Sitting up on that podcast talking.
You know what? We always thinking negative. Nobody ever said what they were talking about. It could be somebody speaking positive about you.
Yeah, somebody might be ready to write me a check.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to be where the money resides.
Okay.
So, these stories start coming in, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm reading these stories, and me, myself personally, I felt in my spirit that a lot of these stories were not fake. And the reason why I say they weren't fake, I'm not saying they weren't embellished. I'm not saying somebody might not have put 5 on 10, put some barbecue sauce on the chicken.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of those stories were not totally fabricated, because if you gonna tell a lie, you just gonna tell it. Well, it depends on how psychotic you are, but
you got some real some magicians at lying.
But Karla, people were calling out years, like the actual year, locations, hotels. They were calling out events that surrounded, like I was in North Carolina for CIAA weekend in 1997. Like that type of detail that make you just raise an eyebrow.
Like I believe, I don't know, like from everything I'm hearing, I definitely believe that there definitely was like threesomes and stuff. That part's not far-fetched, but the forced, like when you start talking about people forcing you to do things, that gets sticky. And
yes,
I start like wondering about it when all of a sudden everyone just starts coming out the woodwork after one person. It's almost like, I hate to say it and be one of those people, but like, what took you what made you expose this now? What made you tell your story now?
Well, JB asked me that question, and this is what I told JB. If I went to McDonald's, ordered a Big Mac, no, I want McDonald's. Well, if I can't have Captain Morgan's, I'm going to at least eat McDonald's. Okay, so if I went to McDonald's, right? Girl, my nose is itching something crazy. And I've been talking about Wendy Williams doing coke. I don't want y'all to think I got a problem.
Girl,
so anyway, okay, sorry. So anyway, if I went to McDonald's, right? And I ordered a number 1 Big Mac meal, right? Still number 1 Big Mac meal. And I get home and I got one little patty, a squirt of whatever the little secret sauce, the special sauce. Wait, Big Mac. Special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun. Okay. So if they forgot my pickles, they got me on a regular bun. They don't have my special sauce and lettuce, cheese, and all that. And I get home and I'm pissed off. I'm like, yo, McDonald's ain't shit for what they did to this burger, right?
Right.
Fast forward, I might just keep it to myself, right?
Okay.
Down the line, it could be a day, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, and I could be on Twitter one day and see somebody be like, yo, I just got home and McDonald's, I got a Big Mac. I ain't had no special sauce, lettuce, cheese. I'm going to be like, bitch, let me tell you about in 2021 when I didn't get, you know what I'm saying? So
I get what you're saying, but
I think, no, I'm going to tell you, number 1, a couple of reasons. Because again, I just feel like I'm all over the place today, but you know, it's been one of those days for me. But reasons why people would speak out now, right? Or reasons why people would wait so long to speak out. Most of the girls who are speaking out are sex workers.
Okay.
Historically, statistically, sex workers are the most abused people on the planet.
True that. I didn't realize that they were the
majority of them were sex workers.
Okay.
And oh gosh, a lot of them were strippers. I don't know if strippers are considered sex workers, so I apologize if I offend.
Oh, probably not. I don't think so.
But in that realm,
I got you.
Okay, dancers,
right. Yeah.
some sex workers, some dancers,
right.
that adult entertainment
right.
arena.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I know I used to live next door to a stripper. And with all due respect, the way she carried herself, I used to pray over that girl every day. Because the way she carried herself, she was literally an unlocked door to be abused, raped, kidnapped, or killed every single day.
Yeah.
Now, I saw that. If she came and something, God forbid, something happened to her, and she went and told it, people would be like, "Girl, child, please."
Yeah, they would.
You was twerking in your bedroom window, butt naked. You got men running in and out of your house. So
that's true.
That's number one, because of the industry that they are in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people feel like, oh, well, that's what
you
do.
Open the door to it. Yeah.
That's what you do.
And that's wrong. But yeah, you're right about that.
That's number one.
That's true.
Number two, most of the people who have allegations or claims, I'm going to use this hand because this hand getting cut off. Most of the people who have allegations willingly went to meet with T.I. and Tiny. Willingly. Okay. Now here's the catch. If I was starstruck, I'm in the sex industry, whatever that may be, and T.I. come in and be like, yo, I'm feeling you. And I'm starstruck, and I'm just like, oh my God, T.I. And Tiny right there like, well, Bill, you want to come? Because, we can come neat and at the house.
No, you didn't.
So now it's like, hold on. T.I. want me. Tiny said it's okay.
Right.
All I got to do is go with them. So then I go, right? Or either they invite me or they send a car for me or they fly me out somewhere. I'm there. Okay, I'm there. As soon as I get there, they like, yeah, here's a little something. Allegedly, here's a little something to relax. Oh, I'm good. Don't get over here now and be trying to act cute. Everybody in here, come on now. You messing up the vibe. People can be influenced into doing things. I have been influenced into doing dumb stuff when I was younger.
Absolutely. Right.
Okay. So now you're there. Now you thought you was coming for T.I. When you got there, it's allegedly about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other people there. You wasn't prepared for that. You thought you was coming for one thing, but you stepped into something else.
Right.
Now you can't step out of it as easily as you stepped into it. Okay. So that's all this is assumptions, right? But this is how it plays out in my mind. So number one, people are speaking out because other people are speaking out. Right. And they feel like now I'm in a safe space to speak out because I'm not one voice. Now I'm among several voices. So if I tell my story and somebody else's story is similar to mine, maybe it gives me more of a chance of people believing what I'm saying.
Right.
Now, one of the things that I did notice about most of the people who actually spoke out, they were still like, please don't say my name. Please don't tell who I am. Please don't show my, most of them people were still scared. Now, there's the intimidation factor.
Oh, yeah. That's the number one. That's probably the biggest.
Yeah, that's probably number one. The intimidation factor. Not to mention, ain't nobody going to believe this happened to me with XYZ.
But a group of us, they might. Right.
But a group of us, they might.
Yeah.
Just me by myself saying something because, something done happened to me before that I didn't say because of who it was, because it's just.
And it goes on, and I don't want to sound, but it's just with me. I think like when we're dealing with celebrities, because we see so many. I mean, come on, we've seen it since we were little. I remember the lady getting on TV saying that she had Michael. How many times did we see somebody said they had Michael Jackson's baby? Like, just
you leave Billie Jean out of this.
But I'm just saying, like, I think that's where my bias might have came in because it's like, all right, well, how do you weed out the true victims from it? That's the part that gets.
That's the hard part. The hard part is weeding out the victims because then you have people who are just motivated by greed or whatever. But one girl was like,
just pure attention. That's more than anything at this point.
But Karla, the attention factor. If you're begging for to remain anonymous, how much attention you looking for?
Well, no, now when you gave me all those other facts, that's different.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you begging.
Right.
But here's the thing that I told JB, and for those of you who are listening, like, well, who the hell JB? Why you keep talking about him? That's my husband. Here's what I told JB. T.I. and Tiny, if they sit down and read those accounts, they know exactly who it is.
Yeah, true.
If you be like, y'all, please don't tell who I am, but when I was in Philly and I had came to Atlanta and my best friend had started wilding out in Walmart at 3:00, I'm going to read that story and be like, Karla.
You could use the context.
Karla.
Too. Yeah, like put it.
For real, Karla. You see what I'm saying? So when if they went back and read those stories, they know exactly who those people are.
And especially they went back and read. You don't think they did?
Of course they went back and read.
To make sure they don't hit them back up.
I'm
just saying.
We can't call them no more. We can't call them no more. So here's the thing. So you have the group safety of speaking out.
Right.
You have begging for to remain anonymous because you're still scared.
Right.
The intimidation factor. You're going up against a major celebrity. You know, 9 times out of 10, people are going to take the celebrity side versus your side.
Oh, yeah. True.
You're in the sex industry, whatever that may be. You willingly went there.
Right.
Even if you didn't know what you were walking into, you willingly went there. Yep. These are all factors that make people just be like, chop, bye, and blow it off.
That's true.
The only thing that I will say is I have been living in Atlanta for over 20 years. And the streets be told.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of stuff that I read in those email or those confessions were not surprising to me because I've already heard them in a different way, shape, or form.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about people who... Ooh. Okay, no, because I don't want to give up my source. But like, I'm talking about reliable sources when it comes to those orgies. You know, I can't say what happened inside the orgy. Right. To a certain point. Right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But I know what kind of be happening in there. I also know names of other celebrities who be in there because that's what I'm really surprised about. That other celebrity names haven't been dropped.
Yeah. Well, it's still early.
Because a lot of times it just
you never know.
It just don't be the Harrises a lot of times.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's still not old. I mean, you just never know.
Well, one of the confessions had another rapper's name, but they scratched it out.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So, you know, my thing is this, with the whole T.I. and Tiny thing. T.I. took to social media. First, they released a statement and started using really big words. They vehemently, expeditiously
they use egregious.
The egregious allegations and all that stuff and all that. And I'm like, okay. But here's the thing. Let's just look at it in total context. And I'm not trying to say anything one way or the other. All I'm going to do is just present the facts and you draw your own conclusions. T.I. and Tiny was arrested with crystal meth in L.A., right? Okay. And you know, T.I. said, listen, we like to do what we do. And we link up with people who also like to do what we do. But it's always been consensual. I ain't never raped nobody. And things of that nature. It's really, really messy. Okay.
Very messy.
It's very, very messy. I do think this is going to blow over. I think it's already over.
Yeah.
I think it's over already. Because once T.I. came
unless
out.
Unless another celebrity's name drops.
Unless another celebrity names drop. Or unless a very ambitious prosecutor just kind of dips into it to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But all I'm going to say is, in our society, a lot of amazing people are capable of doing not so amazing things. And this is not directed at any one person in particular.
Truth. That's me. That needs to be said. I'm so glad you said that. Because we get blinded and we get very, very biased.
We get very biased. And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people don't speak out, and a lot of the reason why a lot of people in power, whether it's an actor or a singer or a rapper or whatever, they feel like they can do whatever they want to whomever they want to do it to, because it's your word against mine, and I know this is my audience.
Yeah,
I can shut you down. I could crush you. Like one girl was like, I left Atlanta and I ain't never coming back.
Wow.
So it's
and then our legal team, you're right, because then
you got to bury them.
Yeah, Yeah.
If you don't believe me, why did it take so long for R. Kelly to get locked up?
True
and
that. That is
the
so
charges against R. Kelly did not come up until what? Until several women came forward together.
It wasn't one. That's true.
It just wasn't one. It had to be several women who weren't afraid or who weren't like feeling like they still needed to remain anonymous.
Right.
That's when those little ants,
power comes in numbers.
Comes in numbers. The ants were able to move the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
So unless people start revealing their identity, coming with factual, true receipts, you know, showing what they have or whatever, this thing is going to be dead in the water. T.I. going to keep on using big words. Tiny going to go on about her business. It's going to blow over.
Yeah.
Because already I just see like, listen, they grown. Whoever came over there got exactly what they deserved. These are things I'm seeing in comments. I literally,
until it's them or their family member. I
literally said to myself, I cannot read the comments on these posts.
Yeah,
that's how bad it was.
I don't understand it. I just don't. I don't get it.
I don't necessarily. And be clear. I don't want to believe the worst in people. I'm not like automatically want to believe that T.I. and Tiny are doing all these egregious things that they're being accused of. But me, at the same time, especially in a position that you and I are both in, we see a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I literally had people DMing me. All I did was I shared tweets of people talking about the story because I didn't want to dig into that story. It was too messy. Yeah. I feel very strongly about my position, and I'm trying to share my position without getting too deep into where I stand in my position.
Right.
But I feel very strongly about this situation just because it kind of drives me nuts when I see people automatically turn a blind eye to something just because they like a celebrity.
Yep.
Now,
it's a blind eye. I see it a lot. I mean, this might be for another show, but I've seen even someone we love. Like I even see it in the church community.
Oh, girl. Church.
It's bad. Politics. I think we need to do a show on that because I'm on the politics. And it's unbelievable. Like I've seen situations where the facts were there. Like you damn near had everything, but you sitting in that room while they committed that crime, and they'll still tell you they didn't do it.
Yep.
They didn't do it. And
they didn't do it. And the people take it for gospel and then start attacking the alleged victims.
Yes, that bothers me. Attacking the victim. I hate it. it.
Yeah. And it's like, listen, you know, we all have a right of what we want to believe and what we don't want to believe. But at the same time, if you don't believe these alleged victims, then why are you asking what took them so long to tell?
Yep.
Because they knew you wasn't going to believe them no way.
Yeah. Yeah. You just gave me, we'll talk about something off the radio. You just made me open my eyes up to something, you know, local story situation. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
It does. But then I just want to warn y'all, because we opened this segment up talking about friendship. Nobody needs a friend like Shekinah Joe. I'm going to just say it. And I don't care if we run into each other somewhere and she get mad. Nobody needs a friend like Shekinah Joe.
Oh my God.
Nobody.
Yo, the worst. I hate this. The worst. No, seriously.
She jumped on social media with a battery in her back. And I'm going to say it was a D battery. Because, you know, the big boys.
The big fat ones. Yeah.
Big fat. She had a D battery in her back. Got on social media in an effort to discredit Sabrina, right? And started calling Sabrina out and was like, oh, but you ain't tell them that you was messing with T.I. and Tiny too. Oh, you ain't tell them you was recruiting them girls too.
Spilling all the extra. She gave the extra tea. All the extra.
Somebody on Twitter was like, can somebody tap Shekinah and let her know she confirming the allegations?
Right. Well, we know who'll be subpoenaed.
Okay. Girl, listen, it was like 24 hours later. I ain't got nothing to do with this. Y'all ain't about to pull me in this. I spoke off emotion. I ain't got nothing to do. I don't even know that Sabrina girl. Oh, now you don't know her.
Stop. Shekinah talked too much.
She talked too much. Shekinah is the type of friend that you get pulled over by the cops and the officer be like, excuse me, do you have, I smell weed in this car. You do not smell no weed, officer, because we smoke crack. That's Shekinah.
Yes. And I like Shekinah, but she just talked too much. Like, what do you give? Come on.
She like, y'all not gonna put me in this. I ain't got nothing to do with this. No, Shekinah, nobody put you
yourself in it.
The moment you hopped on social media and went live and was talking loud, you injected yourself.
I'm telling you, she could, depending on what side you want. I hate to see her in court. Because you're supposed to be yes and no. They don't want no extra details.
Nah.
Kind of gonna give up all the tapes.
And then I'm like, who asked her to hop online?
That's why.
Who asked Shekinah Joe? That's like being in a disaster and looking for Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Who asked Shekinah to come on and clear this thing up for us?
That's what I'm saying. That's when you're doing too much going wrong. That's just how I feel about it. You gotta fall back on that one.
Child.
Just don't say nothing.
T.I. and Tiny could have slid smooth through this thing had Shekinah shut up.
Yeah.
Shekinah the one out here implicating them.
I wonder what that convo was like when Tiny hit her up.
Tiny was like, Shekinah, girl, get out the phone. Neek. Girl, talk to Shekinah. I can't talk to her, neek.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just is what it is. But I would just hate to think that, they always say what's done in the dark always comes to the light.
True.
And being a freak is not a crime.
No.
But if you start doing stuff that teeters on criminal activity while being a freak, that's a problem.
And this is the thing, and this is probably where I'm biased at too. Like, why would T.I. have to force anybody? T.I. and Tiny have to force. That's probably where I'm biased at too. You get what I'm saying?
Now,
and it's like,
go ahead, comment.
And because it's like it's T.I. and Tiny. It ain't like you. I mean, T.I.'s handsome, Tiny is,
Mm-hmm.
But you got the status. You got the bridge. You got the bag. So it's like, all right, if they don't, next. I would just think it would be as simple as like, all right, we just bring in the next one.
Mm-hmm. I think where the, how they say blurred lines.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where things get fishy. Sorry, y'all. I'm readjusting in my chair. All the little noise. I think that's where things get murky. Because I always put myself in positions, right? Mm-hmm. And I always try to put myself in it. Even with R. Kelly, remember I told you I was young. When I was a young girl, I wanted to be a singer. Mm-hmm. If R. Kelly had came to a mall in my little town and I went and he told me that if I come back to the studio, I could be a singer, girl, I would have been on Surviving R. Kelly.
Right. Yeah, I mean.
That's simple, right?
Right.
Okay. So mind you, I first moved to Atlanta. I was single. I used to love me some T.I. You might see me in the streets, but shawty, you know me.
Yeah.
Right? So if I had ran into T.I. in my single days and T.I. told me, because, ain't no telling what he was telling people. We don't know what the rap was, to get him back to the hotel. But if I was starstruck enough to go back there, like, I'm about to smash T.I. Oh my goodness, my friends ain't gonna believe this. And then I get there and Tiny sitting up in there in some savage fancy, and I'm like, okay. and there's some other girls in there, and they like, hey, take this thing right here. This is all alleged. If they allegedly told me, hey, take this to relax, and I'm like, okay. Because now I'm in there, I'm scared, I feel weird. So if they're offering me something that's gonna relax me, cool, I'm gonna be relaxed. Mm-hmm. If I take this thing and I pass out, right? Mm-hmm. And I wake up and my body parts have been tampered with.
Tampered. Yeah.
Right? Just hear me out.
Yeah, and I'm listening.
Now they offered it to me and I took it on my own. Right?
Yeah.
And I either black out or get so high I don't remember what's going on, and I'm just doing whatever. They just pass me around, allegedly passing me around or whatever, and I wake up the next day and I feel tampered with, and I don't remember nothing that happened to me. To you, is that considered a crime? Like, is that a violation?
Absolutely.
That all the stories, that's the story. That's everybody's story.
Yeah.
That is everybody's story. Wow. That's everybody's story.
That's not a good look.
But on their side, they like, allegedly, no, not even allegedly. This is what T.I. said. Mm-hmm. He don't make nobody do nothing they don't want to do. They deal with the people that's into what they into. So on their side, they like, listen, you came here. We sent you the money, paid you, whatever we do. Mm-hmm. You came here. We offered you this. You got high. You was lit. We got lit. If you don't remember what happened the next day, that don't make T.I. like, I ain't raping nobody.
It's all about if you willingly take it. For me, like, once you know what, like, you're taking something, that at some
point in time, whether or not the person is coherent and they still in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that's where everything is getting all blurry and nasty and ugly and all that. Yep. So how about we just, I mean, I know people like to get lit and have sex. Like, you know, me and Kat Morgan, we be lit. But it just, those are the blurred lines where a good time can actually turn into an assault. You know, what started out as a good time or whatever you considered it to be.
Yeah, but that's how you got to know what you take. That's why I say, like, once you take the drug, anything can happen, especially the type of drugs that they're allegedly saying. Like, all of those drugs alter your mind. Yes. So it does.
See how murky and messy it is?
It's real murky. It does. They better start making people sign contracts.
Not even that.
Paperwork.
Just start videotaping the encounters at this point, because a contract is, you could still go in there and sign a contract. And now I got your signature on the dotted line. Now I'm about to do whatever to you I want to, and you can't go home until I let you leave.
Yeah.
You know, so even contracts are dangerous.
Yeah.
So it's just like, at this point, I think the bigger lesson in all of this is, you know, a lot of times we get enamored and starstruck for whatever reason and want to deal with people for whatever reason. But, you know, don't do anything that's going to alter your ability to make decisions or alter your ability to protect yourself.
Yep.
Or to know what's happening to you.
Yep.
You know, and I'm not victim blaming. Please don't. No, this is not. I'm not speaking to the alleged victims. I'm talking to the people who are still safe right now, who still can make a decision today or tomorrow. That's what I'm speaking to. You know, absolutely. I can't speak to what has already happened, what's already transpired. Exactly. All I can do is pray for those women and pray for the women who are victims, and I'm gonna pray for the ones who are pretending to be victims, and the ones who are taking advantage of this situation, and the ones who are, you know, making a mockery of the situation, you know. But I will tell you, I have heard some things over the years and years and years. And, you know, I have heard things from people in close proximity who, if it went to court, they would be in court.
Wow. Yeah.
So with that being said, that's why my stance on the whole thing is different. That's why I feel strongly about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But, you know, I can't confirm or deny T.I. and Tiny's guilt. All I'm saying is that it don't look good. And I hope that they start moving differently. Sound like my grandbaby showing out. You can hear. I just hope that they start moving differently.
Yes.
Because, you know,
they're going to have to at this point. They better. They're smart.
They may not have set out to hurt people and may have unintentionally hurt people. So it's like, you got to just move differently, because now all eyes are on you, because now the cat is out the bag.
Yep.
You know, so, I mean, with that being said, I mean, it's just wild. All right, so let's just go ahead. We've been talking for a while, so I just want to move through these last few stories right after we come back from a break. I'm going to take a break, all right?
Yep.
Good child. It is so hard not to say what you want to say when you want to say
I know.
Good child. It's so hard not to say what you want to say when you know.
Yeah. That's why I'm just over here like, yeah, because I already know.
I can't wait.
I already know what you know.
I can't wait to get off this podcast and call you. Because, baby, what I know.
You know some more.
Oh, I know some more. And when I tell you who told.
Oh gosh, yeah. Let's see you be like. All right, let's run through this podcast.
All right, y'all, we back. Okay, ICC friends, we are back. So let's go ahead and close out the show with some exciting news, some more on a lighter note. So Kelly Rowland and Tim Weatherspoon welcomed their second baby boy.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to his name, Noah John Weatherspoon.
I think it's so cute. That is so awesome.
It's the John Weatherspoon for me. John Weatherspoon, yes. John Weatherspoon. Oh, bang, bang.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So cute.
Yeah. So, congratulations to Kelly and Tim on the birth of their son, Noah John. Amazon. Too. Yeah, they have a cute family. Yeah. Very cute family.
Very cute family. Yes.
Very cute. Amazon Studios has released the official poster for Coming to America 2.
I can't wait. I am so hyped. I ain't been this hyped for a movie in a long time. Especially after seeing like that little trailer that when you posted that, it was like, like a couple weeks ago or whatever. Well, yeah, that got me hyped then.
So yes. So Coming to America will drop on March 5th. Of course, I will be reminding you. I will not let you forget what date it drops. So Netflix done announced On My Block has been renewed for a 4th season. So I was hype about that because season 3 was kind of garbage.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But the 4th season is the final season.
I saw that and I was surprised. Like, why?
But listen, an ICC friend made a good point. They said they don't have no choice but to wrap it up. They're damn near grown.
Yeah, that's true. We don't want to let it go.
The show's supposed to be about 4 teenage friends. They damn near grown.
Yeah, true that.
After a while, it'll be like on my realtors, like on my real estate. Like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna miss Monse and her crew.
I know.
I love me some Monse.
Yeah. Beautiful.
All right, Karla. So let's get into what we're watching. What are you watching?
Girl, I finally finished Lupin.
I love Lupin.
Oh my gosh. I was like upset when it ended. I'm like,
did you? I yelled at the TV. I yelled at the TV. I literally yelled. I turned
amazing.
Into listen.
Such a great chef. It is. It's really good. Like I watched it straight. Like I watched all the episodes just right there.
Listen, I literally yelled at the TV. You gotta be freaking kidding me when it ended. Because I was waiting, with Netflix, when you don't pay attention to the episodes, so you're waiting for the thing to be like, next up. They was like, you may also like.
We're coming soon. No, it hit me with the coming soon.
I was like, you have got to be freaking kidding me.
Isn't that like the worst screen when you see that? When you realize like,
heck yeah. Heck yeah. Lupin is everything.
It is. It's great.
I love me some Lupin. So they better give me a second season. Lupin had amazing ratings. We'll get another one. One.
Yeah. We better.
All right. So are you watching anything else? Okay, so
no, not right now. I got to play catch up. So
I know.
Just the regular shows.
I come in every week and be like, Karla, you be like, nah, I ain't see that.
I know. I'm gonna get that. Look, 1 week you gonna come in and I ain't gonna shut up. You're gonna be like, like, damn, like, what was you doing?
Be like, I wasn't doing nothing but watching TV. So what I'm watching is, of course, still Your Honor. I will plug Your Honor every week because it is so amazing. I will keep plugging it until everyone's watching it. But I am also watching WandaVision on Disney Plus. Okay. Now, I know people are going to be like, because I watched the first 2 episodes of WandaVision and I got on social media and I was like, reclaiming my time. Those first 2 episodes were straight bootylicious. They were trash.
See, that's hard.
Trash.
But you went back.
Well, it's Marvel. It's going to take a lot for me to give up on Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I went back and the 3rd episode, I was like, oh, okay. All right. I'm going to come back for the 4th episode. I'm going to see what y'all going to do because I see what y'all trying to do now. So then when the 4th episode aired on Friday, I was behind the curve because I was I think I was working. I was real busy. I started getting bat signals. Yo, WandaVision episode 4, WandaVision. I was like, I was getting bat signals. So I'm like, so I grabbed the family up because, we got to watch as a family. So I grabbed the family up and I'm like, we got to watch WandaVision. I sat down. I literally was in front of the TV like, okay. Yeah, WandaVision has showed up. Marvel has showed up. Okay. So WandaVision is that shiznit right now. So I'm loving WandaVision. I watched The Little Things, the movie with Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto. Jared Leto, whatever, it's Jared. And I watched that. It was pretty good. My grandbaby is showing up. She is playing with her auntie. So I watched that. It was decent. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't bad at all. It was a slow burn. Okay. And then I also watched One Night in Miami again. That movie is just, the dialogue is superb. The movie is everything. So if you haven't seen One Night in Miami, that's the film that Regina King directed. It is on Prime Video, so check that out. And then there was something else that I watched. I watched Palmer, the movie starring Justin Timberlake.
I gotta check that.
It was so fantastic.
Really?
It was fantastic.
Okay.
It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. So be sure to check those out. Now, if you're looking for things to watch for the month of February, I have released the What to Watch 22 TV shows, reality series, documentaries, and specials that are coming out in February. And I'm going to update as more stuff is released throughout the month. But that is on icecreamconvos.com. So be sure to go check that out and make your list, or either follow us on social media, and I will be reminding you as stuff is released. All right. So on that note, I guess we can go ahead and close out, Karla. Listen, I don't think we have ever dissected any two topics that deep in a while. It's been a while.
Haven't. Yeah. A long while. We're going back to that was a lot. It was a lot to talk, but we had to. You can't just brush by those.
I just really wish that we were in a space where I could just really tell you.
I know.
I just want to be able just to really, really just.
But you can't,
Y'all can call me. That's why we need to do these private chats.
We definitely do.
Okay.
But anyway, we got to watch that. We got to brainstorm on that.
Yeah.
We got to brainstorm on that one.
Yeah. Look, I'm sitting here patting my leg I just want to let you know. Yes. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. I just want to remind you all, if you're listening to us on any DSP, please subscribe and rate this podcast on any DSP. I want to thank everyone who tuned in live tonight. We had a smaller crowd because apparently Facebook, is doing what they do. Shout out to all. Yes, shout out to all the people who have followed and are supporting the new stock page. Ice Cream Convos made a stock page. It's called Scoop on Stocks. And I started it last Monday. So today makes 1 week and we have over 70 people on the page. So I'm really, really enjoying that because I feel like I'm slowly trying to teach people about the stock market, because my goal is, thank you, friend. My goal is to get everyone where the money resides. And I think if more people really understood how easy it is, they would get into it. Right. I hosted my first room on Clubhouse last week.
Yes. Hey.
Yes, I had the worst bubble guts. Listen, I literally had to run to the phone and start my room because my stomach was hurting so bad. I was in the bathroom. But
I know you knocked it out though.
Yeah, and full shout out to everyone who joined me as far being on the panel with me. So that was dope. But you know me, I still was disappointed to a certain point with the turnout. But the conversation was fantastic.
Okay, that's what's important. Yeah, that's the gems that you pull out of it, honestly.
Yeah, but I was like, man, there's so many people in here missing out on this great conversation.
Sorry,
but
that's your first. That ain't the last one.
Yeah, I'll do another one.
I'm just saying.
I'll do another one.
Better do another one.
Yeah, so just follow us on social media. We are Ice Cream Convos Podcast everywhere. And just thank you again for tuning in. And Karla, thank you as always. Because Karla literally be here. Rain, sleet, hail, snow. She don't miss it.
That's how we do it.
Listen. Karla was like, I'm going to get on my sled. Slide across.
Hold up now, right?
Okay. Karla was like, I'm going to get on my sled. I'll be there. So shout out to you, Karla. Thank you for just being the best co-host ever.
Thank you for being the best host, for having me. You already know how we roll, girl.
Absolutely. So any closing words, Karla? Any remarks?
Listen, always mask up. And for all my people up here in Philly, up top, because I think Chicago, DC, I'm just going to say the whole East Coast, except for down there with y'all. Yeah. Bundle up. And don't be out there. We older now. Don't be out there trying to slid. I don't want to hear no stories, because urgent care is crowded with people.
Okay. You said urgent care is crowded. I'm done.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right. So, you're right. Urgent care is crowded. All right, y'all.
Be safe, y'all.
Yes, be safe. And we love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back here next Monday night where we record live. And all new podcast episodes are drops. I can't even get it out. All new podcast episodes drop on DSPs on Tuesday morning. Okay. So if you just want to listen in and not, watch our online shenanigans, you can listen on the DSPs. Okay. So have a great night, and we will see you guys next week. ICC.
We all we got. Peace, y'all.